surprised?
No, unsurprising.
Unsurprising.
Very unsurprising.
Sorry, he's a mech, right? He's a goblin mech.
It falls into the category of heroes you would like, so not too surprising. Yeah, these strategies, it's very clear what the development toward the later stages of this tournament has been, right? We're getting a lot of team fight out of teams. We're getting plenty of stun, we're getting scalable heroes, and we're getting a tanky frontliner. Both teams with a tanky frontline that also has team fight in the Tide and the Centaur. Super late game scaling heroes such as Lifestealer and Tinker. And even the Kunkka also scales pretty well, but like Nahas pointed out, not as well as some other heroes. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that there's a lot of similarities in the approach to the game from these teams, but there are some pretty clear differences in the longevity of the picks, if you could call it that, in the game, like how long they stay relevant for. I think this is a pretty incredible Tinker game if Weeha gets off to a good start. They have very limited catch. The only real way they have of finding Tinker is a Tinker Ward into X-Mark, or maybe a Lens Lina Stun or a Centaur Dagger, but there's none of those like classic flat-out give vision heroes like Zeus or Spectre.
But you have other ways around it that we can itemize, right? Like you can look to the yields, look towards the blink, and just get the right timing to avoid the pullback. How does the lane actually work? Because like Nahas was focusing very heavily on Sumail being one of the greatest players. He definitely has been performing very well throughout this TI. How does the matchup actually work between Kunkka as well as Tinker? Getting Wee off to a good start or getting Sumail off to a good start?
Oh, arrow bottom. Nice sidestep from Crit. That was hot, yeah. I don't have too much experience with this matchup, actually. I feel like it should be relatively even, maybe slightly Tinker favored, and that's all that Tinker wants. I mean, of course, it's great if you can stomp your lane, right? But most mid heroes in the current meta don't really get destroyed anymore. We don't see these extremely one-sided mid matchups, at least we haven't lately. But what Tinker wants is he wants to get levels, he wants to get a decent amount of farm, and then he's going to go in semi-jungle anyway with March of the Machines. So we'll see who gets to stack for him.
I don't know if people can actually pick that up with the microphone, but this crowd actually started to go, oh, because Sumail got the block and kept the creep wave on the slide high ground for the very beginning. They're watching this mid very, very closely too. Bottom lane, a lot of trouble for S4, trying to retreat. Kuro, Miracle, and GH all together under the tower. S4 cannot tank through this. Miracle will spill the first blood, getting Liquid off to a good start.
In the meantime, Crit was pulling the wave, so S4 probably could have maybe avoided this death, playing a little bit safer. But he will rejoin the lane. Top lane 1-on-2 for Tidehunter against the Shadow Demon as well as Lifestealer. Curious to see if Mind Control chooses to skill up Kraken Shell as a solution for this harassment from the Shadow Demon. For now, he's holding his skill point, and now he will be getting help. So Mirana showing up from GH. Wants to arrow the Arteezy. I don't know if he was going for that, if he wanted the big creep. I think he wanted the big creep.
He was trained by Angelina Jolie just around the corner of the creep to hit Arteezy.
But it doesn't hurt him too much. He has the Stout Shield. So tanking the creeps is not too bad.
Miracle's copying so much damage on bottom lane. He may have to already burn this Salvi, switching it in. S4 and Crit. Nice double stun combination. Now that the Mirana has left the lane, maybe EG feel a little bit more safer.
And this is the kind of lane you want against Void, right? The thing, you want one of two things, actually. They might stun combo him. Oh, his Centaur's not level 2 yet, never mind. So you want one of two things against Void. Either you want consistent harassment over time so that he can't time walk it. Like a great example that's easy to understand is like Venomancer, right? Like you just keep hitting the guy over time. He can't really time walk it because it's non-stop damage. The other one is having serious bursts where you, if you have him down to 2/3, if you can kill him off in one go before he gets the time walk off. That's what Centaur Lina can do. They have so much damage between the two of them when they have retaliate stacks. And Crit's probably going to force a time walk here. Every stun he connects in a couple of attacks is like 150, 200 damage, and Miracle will want to time walk that, and that means he's exposed for a bit. Or Kuro is. This could be a kill.
And with the hoof stomp, the damage is high. Kuro, 60 HP, had a couple of sick charges. Gets him back underneath the tier 1 tower, and Miracle got to dodge that Light Strike array, but as you said, that harass damage, chip down is working. Miracle, very low on life, and Crit wants to go for more, looking for a second Light Strike array, consuming the Mango. Thankfully, Crit is not taking any damage from the tower. It's just the creep wave that's allowing him to do that dive.
He is playing really aggressively. This is exactly how you play this lane as Lina. It's a hero I've been playing a lot myself lately. I love it as a position 4, and this is exactly what makes the hero so good. There are very few heroes in this game that feel like they can out-harass Ogre from the 4 position, but Lina can do it when she hits level 2. You keep throwing Light Strike arrays, it's a low cooldown, 7 seconds on all levels, and then you can just keep attacking with the Fiery Soul. And even the fat Ogre has to yield.
And with Ogre yielding,
Yogurt.
It means that Faceless Void's actually getting very little CS. He's 8 for 2. Compare that to the Life Stealer. In the safe lane, Arteezy got 20 for 2. And then the mid lane, Sumail, CS-wise, well ahead. 22 for 5 versus 12 for 2. And now he's even looking for the stack. Sumail's going to steal it. He takes so much of this. Weeha put 2 points up in the march, and she said he wants to move back into the jungle and farm up, but Sumail's watching it. He knows.
Okay, I can't tell you if this is the expected outcome, but let's remember Liquid had last pick. So they specifically picked this Tinker into Kunkka. If he gets doubled up on CS, he's either getting flat out outplayed or they picked him a really bad matchup.
And it's not just in the CS too, like you think, okay, it's a couple of neutrals that's amplifying the score up a little bit more, and it sort of is, but it's still about 600 net worth, the difference between them. Mind Control trying to outrun the top, he'll be fine, he's a tank, he's got 8 stick charges thanks to all the Shadow Poison that Fly's been throwing out. But this still looks like, overall, the gold advantage is there for EG. We're coming up to around the 5-minute mark, where the runes will start to spawn up and we'll start to see the priorities from these teams. But at the moment, EG still hold the top 2 net worths.
Yep.
The only real sacrifice is Fly.
What runes can you fight for, though? The Shadow Demon is going to probably skill Disruption against Mind Control top to get both runes and bottom runes. Maybe you can get one, but I don't think they'll get both of them.
Mind Control's even taking the creep wave with him.
All right, never mind.
Maybe a little bit more difficult. Bounty will take the first one. Mind Control's in a little bit too deep with the open wounds, trying to outrun both Fly and Arteezy. Damn, he's tanky, and they don't do a lot of damage until the poison stacks up. A quick disruption. Arteezy still wants the kill. Sumail's moving over. A torrent will send Mind Control up. He still grabs the bounty rune, but he'll lose his life for it.
I think he's pretty happy with that, actually, on Tide. He's only level 4. He gets the rune. Shadow Demon uses all of his resources. And he didn't really lose too many creeps top. Arteezy was also leaving to join for the kill, so it's a pretty even trade overall.
So GH and Kuro want to have a crack at crit. But the Dire Observable from EG just sees way too much. So they buff up Miracle with the Bloodlust crit, playing the trees perfectly. That's what the Dire Observable doesn't see, however. It only sees the trees to the side.
Miracle needs to be careful here. He's actually in range of dying now.
Oh,
he's
stop. Great crits, positioning. So good. It's like Miracle was just trying to beat down S4 to open up the opportunity for Kuro and GH, and now he just dies straight out.
He basically just fed S4 a lot of retaliate stacks and didn't account for the potential Lina in the trees. Very nicely played there by Crit to hide around there. Miracle was trying to get as much out of that as possible, but was not seeing that Lina coming, and now Lina might even be getting more. There's a connection down from Shadow Demon. This is a dead Ogre.
And catch him out right on top of the Shrine to work with Fly. And, well, Shrine is out. Arrow flies forward. A quick movement forward from Crit. Dodges it from GH. He'll jump in for the Starfall. And there is a lot of life on Ogre. Crit's now very low. GH able to work with him at the same time. You're able to find your own kill. Tinker underneath the tower, duking out Weeha. He's moving left and right around the tower. Sumail, he just wants one more hit. He can't reach. In fact, now it's Mirana TPing in. No mana for an arrow. He's trying to consume up with the clarity to get closer. Kuro's arrived as well, but Sumail up the hill. And Crit will arrive just to back them off.
And there's a regen bottom. How nice.
Even better for Sumail.
He's going to be loving that. Not sure he knew that Rune was here when he started going for this play, but I think he did. I think they saw it on the way with Shadow Demon. So, a lot of pressure into Tinker, but he doesn't die. He comes back into the mid lane, and he's going to start farming and pushing out again. But now he's 1,000 gold behind too. This is not how... I want to say with pretty high confidence, this is not how this lane should go. It should be better for Tinker. Maybe I'm wrong about him drawing, but losing by 1k at 7 minutes without a kill?
It feels like, oh man, bottom lane, Sumail actually at the torrent timing. Miracle can't jump away, and Sumail 4 points up in Tiebring is more than enough to crit through Miracle. But I'm kind of with you on that point, where it's like, yeah, you feel like it should have gone better, but it feels like there should have also been someone to work with Weeha to actually gank it up. But these supports from Team Liquid, it's like there's been no presence, just a straight one-on-one duel so far, and when that happens, Sumail always seems to come out on top.
Yeah, they committed a lot of their time from their supports to protecting Miracle in this bottom lane, because it is a dangerous lane for playing against the Centaur Lina. And that obviously means that there's nobody able to put on the pressure in mid.
Sumail battling on bottom. S4, he'll tank the arrow with the Starfall. The boat's already coming in, so S4 doesn't really care. He can regen. He's got a lot of armor. Good leap away from GH, but does not have a second one, however. They'll banish him up. Fly has arrived in the bottom lane. And Samael will be the one to get the kill on GH. 4 heroes from Evil Geniuses find their way on the bottom lane because they're fine with Arteezy being on top because no one can really contest the lifestealer. No one does enough physical damage to bring him down.
It's a very easy lane. You can just farm up here. Tide is going to cut waves. Lifesteal is going to free farm. Every time the hard camp spawns, Arteezy will want to go into that one and farm that as well. And use Infest for it if he wants to be extra efficient. But actually somebody wants to get involved with killing the Tide.
Can't TP out when you got a Conquer there. X marks the spot, already out. Crit. He's holding the Light Strike Array until Mind Control comes back, and that's what happens with the Torrent. Into the Light Strike Array, Mind Control's brought down. EG are not willing to give any kind of safe space to Team Liquid at all. Every lane cannot go the way you think it can. There's no time to breathe.
And that's definitely a weakness Liquid's lineup has right now in the state of the game, right? Their lineup it's greedy. It's a Tinker mid, it's a Void safe lane, and it's a Tide off lane. 2 heroes with big level 6 cooldowns that they kind of don't want to use on just single small kills. And then this Tinker who needs a lot of time and space, especially after losing the lane. So it makes the map nice to play for EG for now. The timing Liquid is looking for is much later than this, so as long as they can stay afloat, defend their towers, and get a couple of bounty runes every 5 minutes, things are not looking too bad for them, but you got to be careful to not give away too much.
Smel's going to battle for the 10-minute rune. Tide, nothing to do there, but yeah, straight 2-2 trade-off. They're seeing a very large stack inside the Dire jungle. Just trying to steal some of S4's farm. It is Ancients. That's not what Liquid can really take care of.
Yeah, Tinker can't steal that. The only hero that can steal the Ancients is Tide, but it takes really long. And he has no way of really getting over there right now. So that stack is pretty safe. Kunkka will be farming it up later for sure. Working on a first item Halberd. Samael in this game. Thought maybe he'd go the Radiance build. He's going Halberd to minimize Void's impact. Weehao's in trouble.
X marked up. Even under the March of the Machines, EG won't care. They'll send in the boat. Kuro and GH will arrive. Weehaw, the Poison and the Slave, able to pick off him. Underneath the tower, Mind Control, huge ravage. Connects over on 4. A Stampede. EG's get out, jail free. Come in the corner. Miracle has arrived. Defensive disruption from Fly. It'll buy a little bit of time for Samel, but not enough. The Starfall from GH once again there. The support's finding the kills. A quick anchor smash, no gush. Now it's only leveled up. Fly is slowing down. Time walked off cooldown. 3 seconds time. The arrow looking to fly forward as well, but it's all Fly jumping in, able to get the hit from Miracle. No way to be protected underneath that tier 2 tower as Team Liquid will now actually look to take that tier 1 tower in mid. Weehaw will have to do defense work against S4, who's been pressuring that bottom tower. A Centaur not joining the fight. What a surprise.
Liquid brought their whole family mid and used all of their ultis, so now they need to get the hell out of here. They have nothing left to fight with. They got a big chunk out of the mid tower though, even S4 TPing over to try and defend, but the tower's now in deny range. You would imagine they might just deny it up right now. No, they're currently leaving it. Maybe as bait, maybe they didn't realize. And yeah, Weehaw managed to defend bottom. So very good movement from Liquid here with bringing all these heroes in. Now they have downtime for a minute, which I think EG is going to use to at least get the bottom tower, maybe get some good damage on the mid, invade the jungle, try to get aggressive wards out so they can punish the Tinker while he's farming. But for now, it's all safe for Liquid.
Weehao's farm's going to become a little bit easier for them. Oh, nice Torrent, X-Mark, Light Strike Array, and no follow-up. Still underneath the tier 1 tower. But the BTs are completed for Tinker, 12 minutes into the game. Doesn't have a Soul Ring, at least has the bottle to work with. So it's not the most efficient Tinker just yet, but at least it's a global Tinker.
He'll have the Soul Ring really soon. Sitting on level 11. It's the same level as Samael. After losing the lane, he has caught up from that fight in mid where Samael ended up dying.
And the only thing difference is the net worth. If he had a whole bunch of stacks, then this would be chased up a lot faster, but Samael's almost playing like Weeha's playing an Alchemist. Always invading the jungle, making sure there's no stacks available, and they're checking both the southern as well as the northern Radiant jungles.
He's going to be farming up some nice stacks here too now. All of the stuff that EG prepared over here is just ready for Samael to take. He's going to start cleaving the Ancients. Maybe he'll stack this camp. I think he mistimed it a little bit. That's all right. And I don't know about this Halberd build. I'm not sure if it's the right approach to this game. It's good against Void early on, with the disarm inside the Chronosphere and the evasion. Obviously, a lot of stats for Kunkka. Getting strength is really nice. but you're taking this over a Radiance build, right? So I guess they want Arteezy to get Radiance for sure, and Kunkka feels like this is the second best item build he can go in this game. Could have thought about maybe taking an armlet approach that would build into the classic Kunkka build with armlet crit. The halberd is also stable.
See how effective it can be. We'll watch the fight closely. And we'll see where he also wants to go next. S4 is just doing his work to finish up. Well, he's got Bracer and Blink queued up, but the money is so close he may actually get that Blink dagger by 15 minutes. They need a little of extra cover fire on the bottom lane as Weeha's pushing it back with the March of the Machines.
And it's really going to be the name of the game, this Tinker, right? Like you wanna place wards that can find Tinker. Killing this hero is really impactful in the game because he's such a nuisance all the time pushing out your lanes. So you have to kind of mind game him, make him feel safe in an area that he's not safe in, have some high ground wards that catch him off guard, and then your reward for killing him will be getting a tower. Because something that Liquid don't have too much of just yet is damage. Their lineup doesn't hit that hard.
That's meant to come from the Void, right? Like he's your primary damage dealer.
Eventually he will do a lot of damage, right? But Void is one of those carries that he has Bloodlust, it definitely helps, but he doesn't deal these ridiculous amounts of damage until he gets multiple items.
It's not like he has the combination we saw earlier today, like this Faceless Void and Tree. Like the never-ending volley into Chronosphere gave all the damage they require.
Yep. Tinker can kind of work that way against non-BKB'd heroes, but again, he needs items. And that's okay for Liquid so far. Like the game plan is progressing, maybe slightly worse than they had planned, but there's definitely still in an okay position. I think both teams, if they saw the state of the game right now, they would feel like it's relatively even. I think EG are ahead on gold for sure, but
it's 49 to 51%.
Oh, that is really even.
Yeah.
Actually.
You're getting the right feeling, Sind. It looks like Team Liquid want to try and add some pressure up on top. We've had mind control with a couple of great Ravages already, especially that one in mid lane.
Now Sumail's building in farmlet.
Okay.
So he wanted the halberd first, just for the immediate value against the Void. Now he's going for the damage.
So
he obviously had the
he gets
alternative.
armlet as well as halberd because you're getting the Radiance over on the Lifestealer
Yeah,
after
that was the exact thing, right? I was thinking maybe they could do the other way around. But I guess they want to make Arteezy just as much of a carry as possible. They could have...
Invest him up. Hoof stomp forward. Arteezy actually is moving up towards the top lane as Mind Control and S4 battling. The rest of EG is there as Arteezy, who's not there. He's the one inside the jungle, but they'll still catch out Mind Control. He'll end up just tanking it for the team. TP is not available. It got cancelled. Try and battle it out in the tree line. But eventually dropping down. Because it was Sumail who got the kill as well. I mean, Kunkka.
Did you hear the way Tide yelled it? That's how you pronounce it. You're welcome.
Kunkka.
Kunkka.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's also Visage, right?
A little bit of trivia, of course. Kunkka is a hero named after one of the biggest artists of Dota in the old Dota in Warcraft 3. One of the original artists that did a lot of the loading screens. Kunkka has also made art and item sets designs in Dota 2, actually. That's the guy the hero is named after.
You are a mountain of knowledge, but let's start the team fight, right? Crit, caught over on the side. Rocket's going to connect, giving Weeha the kill. Now the battle from range begins. The Chrono, it's just caught Arteezy on the edge. The boat's coming in, so it's a defensive disruption. A quick push away as Miracle finds himself disarmed. A lot of big abilities burnt out by EG. What are they going to get in return? Kuro looks to be here for the 4-star, trying to get them a little bit further down. The illusions will be cleaned off.
Bit surprised to see Arteezy rotating for this. You usually don't see Lifestealer do kind of anything outside of farming until Radiance. A little bit reminiscent of yesterday where he tried to maybe get involved a little too early on his anti-mage in the game against OG in Game 3. And probably better off just farming up this full Radiance and then thinking about joining his team for the moves. And armlet completed.
Now it's Team Liquid who wants to assault the EG jungle. Mind Control is just doing a little bit of a walkabout. They know all the lanes will push in anyway. That's what just happens with the Tinker. They want to find up on top. S4 is itching with Hoof Stomp Blink. GH gonna find him. Hoof Stomp actually just goes to clean up the wave instead. But Liquid aren't done. They can bring the Tinker back. Mind Control, as well as Kuro has arrived.
They don't have Chrono though. It's hard times to fight when you don't have Chrono and the enemy. Oh. Miracle.
Oh, he just used
he's
his
in
time
trouble.
walk as well. Try and dilate them up, and maybe if the stun chains can be perfect, EG, they will claim the kill on Miracle, and S4 jumping himself forward up the hill, and then in range of Kuro's Wildcard stun and the arrow, combining with the Ravage. They'll layer it, but the damage is still there. Flying Sumail being interrupted by that Ravage, and under the Moonlight Shadow, Liquid want to keep moving forward. Crit able to look for the stun, but he can't keep hitting the target because he can't see it. Meanwhile, Weeha gives the cover of the March to the Machines. Arteezy once again rotating to try and be part of this fight, but there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, the fight is already over when he arrived, so this is a bit more efficiency lost. It could be farming up that little bit faster. It's not the end of the world, but when this happens a couple of times in a row, you're starting to reach the point where maybe you could have had a 1 minute earlier Radiance, and that could perhaps lose your team fight at some point. So you gotta keep up that efficiency. It's something a lot of the commentators have been giving a player like Hector a lot of praise for from Infamous, who are now knocked out in 7th, 8th position after they lost to Secret earlier today. Hector has been extremely efficient at farming the map. And Arteezy has generally been considered like the pinnacle of farming patterns. Like he has been extremely good at being super efficient around the map, but in the later stages of this tournament, I feel like his efficiency has dropped just a tiny little bit compared to what we usually see. Wants to get involved, wants to play that team game, but yeah, now the Radiance is up. Now I would like to see him join some more.
Yeah. Then he can actually start comboing with S4. That's why it's, like, you hear the Infest and then the fight happened up on top lane. It's like, oh, he's going to be inside of S4, get that quick pop and move on to another target. But now, at least when Radiance is up, he can jump inside of S4, and they have that combination, the delivery system for the Lifestealer to get him the early kill and then the advantage in the fight for EG. So 20-minute Radiance. The bounty runes will be a straight 2-2 split.
I like the items that both teams are planning really tight. First of all, got this pipe for the immediate value and the Force Staff on Mirana to disengage from the Centaur jumps. And EG are planning on getting Greaves on Lina currently with a pipe on the Centaur. So they get all these auras up so that they hit a strong mid-game timing where they can win team fights. Good damage mid onto Mind Control, but
it's the combination we're looking for. The damage is setting up. Sumail's throwing out a couple of abilities just to try and chip him down. There's no Ravage for 20 seconds. Weeha is going to complete the TP out. S4's, he's covered under invis. So no smoke break. But Weeha's not coming to the mid lane. In fact, he's pushing out the bottom instead. And underneath the Radiant Observer and Sentry, now Team Liquid will Moonlight Shadow. They were hoping to kill off Crit. And this gank that EG has set up faces forward. He jumps over S4. He only had half a second. Miracle! He turns around. The Hookstone won't connect.
That wasn't going to matter anyway. He was in Moonlight.
Yep.
They couldn't have killed him. So, okay. Well.
And Miracle's throwing for a half second. The Sentry Ward on the low ground, I believe, actually just showed S4. That's why Miracle took 2 steps backwards.
And with this game just slowing down and not too much happening, you've gotta feel good for Liquid right now. Tinker had a hard start. He's now almost top of the net worth. The Void is getting good items. The Tide, as we talked about, has what they need to defend right now, and that's really what it comes down to, is EG, can you push some towers or not? You need to get through Tide, you need to get through Tinker. It's really, really difficult. They don't have the best siegers either. On top of all the good defense, their offense isn't great.
They need picks, right? Like that's why they set up for it in mid. Like they know they need to find a kill, then you can push a tower. And that tier 1 tower is on almost no life, but maybe as you were saying, like Liquid know, like how does EG push in? We won't even deny our mid tower.
Crit got arrow, but
he's a long way away.
No follow up on that. They're not interested in it. So back to farming we go, push out the waves. Tinker's gonna farm some jungle with... That's kind of the extra benefit Tinker has. When he's done a good job pushing out the lanes, he will expect the enemy team to go and defend their lanes, and that's when he can get an extra jungle camp or 2 in for that added efficiency.
It's been a really good recovery for him. Still about, actually it's only like 500, 600 gold. Behind Arteezy, 1,000 behind, behind Sumail. New items have arrived. Miracle's got his BKB, still amping up more of his damage. And what are you really getting in return? The armor's about to be completed up for Arteezy. There's a BKB build coming in for Sumail. The pipe is fully done on S4. He's going into the heart of Tarask.
You've got 2 armlets. You want to fight now then. Like these are relative tempo items. It's not like they completely fall off, but you usually when you hit that armlet, you hit a spike in your relative power to the enemy team. Kunkka hasn't really had his be too useful. Now that they have 2, you really want to get involved in something. But it's just tough. Like pushing towers is really hard. Invading the enemy safe area in the jungle is hard. So you need to get through either a tide or just an ogre breaking your smoke and dying. Moonlight Shadow is a problem.
Just feels like we've just got a truce. It's like, okay, everyone, things are really difficult to try and find into this. So what are we going to do? All right, let's just build up, like, farm our items. But the cannon's already there. Like, I think I saw, yeah, it's a mech flying out. So Crit's managed to find himself up a mech on this support Lina. The blink has arrived for mind control. So the initiation can come in from one side, but then there's always the counter. The health to kick back, the immunity or resistance. There's Tinker wards up, so EG can see when Tinker wants to make his jump. There's no disable items right yet from Weeha. Be it Scythe, be it Yules, be it whatever.
Oh, Miracle, is he gonna fall into the Tinker trap here? Oh, they already backed off. They placed the Tinker ward, but don't stay. So.
And the Moonlight Shadow from Liquid is here for the 25-minute bounty rune setup.
And they know the ward is there too. They're pinging it out with the sentry.
Is this EG going to go to Smoke? They do have one over on Fly underneath their shrine, so S4 will come in. Smoke well out of vision of Team Liquid. Everyone from Team Liquid is here. BKB now also arrived on Sumail. Yeah, this really does feel like go time. The Observer Ward's nearby, Mind Control. They're actually playing do-si-do around the Maypole and maybe Liquid. Well, here he is, Miracle. Does he get the Chrono off? No, they get the Host on first. Hit with the torrent. Miracle instantly dead. He can buy back and fight on top of the shrine, but Kuro, he's the next target. They've got enough damage to get through him, one after the other. EG finding Team Liquid players. Mind Control becomes the next one. Gets his feet wet with the torrent. Light Strike Array will also hold him, and X-Mark will bring him back. Mind Control, for all that tankiness, EG show they have the damage output required.
They'll get 3 kills and 2 bounties. Not finding GH, it looks like, playing in the trees in the bottom. But can they get some meaningful tower damage? S4, he's gonna have 13 retaliate stacks after being hit a couple of times, so I think this tower is going to go down. And that's a very well executed aggressive move from EG here. Oh, Tinker might defend. They're respawning. They're back off.
You get all those retaliate stacks, and then it's like, well, like I get hit by laser, or well, how do I actually keep pushing into this lane? Mark's Machine takes out my wave. So we go back to the status quo. Back to the item farm up. GH, it looks like the supports have to become the medics. He's going for a full Greaves build on this Mirana. Crit's doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah, he's pretty farmed on Lina. He's having a good game. Almost has the same net worth as the enemy Tide Hunter. Only 700 behind him.
Do you actually like him going in for this kind of like medic style build as opposed to having this over on Centaur?
I think Centaur doesn't really want to go Greaves with the Face Boots first item, right? So he gets the pipe and he'll get something else. He's looking at a heart right now. I think Aghanims is really good this game against Void and Tinker. Keep heroes alive in the Chronosphere, get that extra damage mitigation. So yeah, I kind of like it on Lina. It doesn't... It still feels like a decent Yules game, though, which is would usually be the other item. But that kind of always feels good on Lina. Sometimes you got to try something else. They have other setups. They have Centaur Stomp, they have Shadow Demon Disruption, they have X-Mark. So he doesn't need to set himself up for success as much as you would do in many other leagues.
It feels nice that he could open up the space for S4 to be more dynamic with his item build-up. Like, I can be the frontliner, right?
Yep.
That doesn't have to be RTZ being focused down by whatever Team Liquid want to build into. But they don't really have items that counter him directly just yet. Even Tinker. Weeha's building for a BKB. A Tinker with no disable outside of the laser.
Yep. He does have decent mana pool because of the Kaya, so you generally don't see BKB built this early because Tinker often needs more mana regen or more mana items in general to be efficient and have a lot of spells in the fight, but the Kaya as well as the Lens give him quite a lot of mana, so he can go for that BKB and try to fight. We'll see if he ends up regretting that or not, because it is an early BKB, and it does slow down his item progression for sure. So you imagine they want to fight once he gets it. And as far as tanking his item of choice against Tinker, when this heart comes out, he has so much magical EHP with the pipe and what will probably be around 3,500 hit points when he finishes the heart.
This could be quick. Great scout by Fly. Throws out the Shadow Poison. There's a double damage on Miracle. They've already taken 1/3 of the life off the Tide Hunter. Miracle, he jumps up. He finds Crit. Already going for the quick bashes. And he actually caught Sumail right on the edge of the Chronosphere. The boat will buy some space. The basher will... But man, it's full! It's a 3-man hook stomp into the back line. Liquid is still trying to fight within the Moonlight Shadow. The Ravage creating space from Mind Control. The Miracle is losing life so quickly. Sumail and Arteezy just focus him down. They'll turn their attention towards Mind Control as he will also fall. They lose S4 in the backline's evil geniuses, but Crit, he's ready to fight again. He's going to find Ogre. Ogre's going to find him, however you look at it. And once again, oh, the stun is just off the mark, but the banishment will be there from Fly. GH will fall. Kuro will go down to the one-man standing as Weeha pushing out the side lanes. But the damage to Roshan was done, so EG, RT is going to head straight into the pit.
And I don't think Liquid can defend this. The only buyback they have is the Mirana, 30 seconds on her. The first respawning hero will be Void with 15 seconds to go, but has no Chronosphere and has no BKB, so isn't really a threat at all.
It's like, do you want Weeha anywhere near this too?
And that Chronosphere, it's just not good enough. Like, getting one Lina in the enemy jungle who can just buy back and even gets her death delayed by the Ghost Ship, that doesn't cut it. You need something bigger than that. You know your Tide can't do anything to the BKBs. Once this BKB is popped on the Kunkka, once the Rage is popped on the Lifestealer, Mind Control's just running in circles in the fight and has nobody to ravage, nobody to go on. And that's why that Chrono has to be better. It has to be on the right targets and with better vision than what they had there.
Just felt like he was going to get a little bit more of EG. But now EG have the Aegis Immortal and Assault Cuirass as well, both on the same hero, the Lifestealer. So the auras are really starting to arrive. Sumail's actually going to be the first one to build into the Hex. This will be over on the Kunkka.
I like that a lot. Getting this utility. He has a lot of damage in his teammates. This is not the kind of game where Kunkka needs those big cleaves just yet. Lifestealer has a lot of damage. Lina, Centaur, oh, quick rage.
Actually moves back in to farm the wave and then dodges the arrow.
Why not? He already raged.
How fast can you spam we?
Well, he does play Rocket League.
Ooh! High S4. High S4.
At least he used to. I think he's actually pretty good at it. He played it a lot in his stream in the past. So.
Well, he's
very fitting hero for that.
Transferable skills in esports. Looks like EG will finally be able to push down this mid lane coming together. They don't have S4 with them, however, but there are 4 heroes together. Because EG's always having to deal with their side lanes because of Tinker. Like, we are, like, these 2 big fights that have happened which have just gone the way of EG. We still didn't die. He was still pushing out the side lanes. This Tinker is 4-1. And the one was pretty early on.
There's still a way to go, though. He's going Kaya Yasha. So still will be so far away from any big damage. No Hex, no Axe, no Dagon.
It's like the opposite of everything we've been seeing in TI. It's like, hey, we got a Chronosphere. Here's the damage. Here's the volley. We build Aghanims first on time to reach this point. Nice and quickly.
Chronosphere. I have move speed.
But it's just when you just say, like, Liquid believe later in the game they can take this. Because that feels like that's the way Weeha is itemizing for this.
Oh,
like, it's like, okay, we're playing for 80 minutes, 90 minutes.
Maybe not that much.
Maybe he's got a compendium prediction.
But I honestly think Liquid's game plan doesn't really come online until in 15 minutes.
He walks underneath the tower. He didn't see them. They were covered inside the Moonlight Shadow, but Arteezy will just rage up and
so
armlets away. Cole?
He has 46 armor with armlet activated. Or something like that. It was a high number. Over 40. I'll spoil that much for you.
S4's going to finish the bottom tower.
Yeah.
Easily done. And it really does feel like they're still buying more time. Miracle's building into the MKB as fast as he can. Looking for this straight up damage. Arteezy, he knows how tanky he is. Mind Control's waiting up on the hill. The rest of EG, they're in the trees, ready to fight. Arteezy the front liner. And then, well, S4 blinked in looking for his own opportunity. And Mind Control picked up by the Torrent. Arteezy, remember, he's just here for the tower. They don't want to fight underneath the March of the Machines. EG want to fight on their terms.
They got the 2 towers they wanted. They have good vision placed out. And now the challenge is to get the top area. Get these 2 top towers, get the enemy triangle area so Tinker can't farm that, further limiting the space of Liquid. They're waiting for a move right now. They would love to jump them in the mid lane because that's a great access point to get up to top after they get a pick off. For now, Liquid are not falling for it.
No.
Artis is just going to farm.
What do they do? Weeha just keep rearming, blinking down the lane, just keep creep skipping out everything. And Ichi can't keep up with him. Like, he just keeps going. He not only did he nuke the one wave, he then blinked 5 times to reach the second, and now he goes all the way in the base to reach the third. Doing this in the grand span total of maybe 10 seconds?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's crazy the speed he's able to achieve.
It's the Yashakaya, man. He moves so fast. It's totally not the rearmed blink dagger.
Stampede is out. Mind control. He's already leaving. And Ichi. Maybe a misclick, but also maybe they're just really itching for a fight. They've had this Aegis the Immortal. The tower's been taken, and Liquid have done a good job just to avoid it and find the farm on the course. MKB is now done.
It's just the way Weeha's playing. I love the way he's playing. He's making the right decisions. It's debatable if this is the ideal item build, but his playstyle with it is absolutely correct. Like, you keep skipping waves, you keep buying time.
Now he's going to go for the
out
Hex.
of harm's way.
He's going to start finding the Disable in a bit.
Void
and it always...
KP.
Like, how do you fight this if you're EG? You want to push, you got an Aegis, but you're always on your side lanes.
It's hard to go high ground. You kind of have to map control.
Someone see that courier. Someone see that courier.
Oh my
He's got so much money. And look who's coming over in the Moonlight Shadow. They won't see it up on the trees. But if they do, Sentry Ward, if Kuro, no Observer Ward.
Oh, if Mind Control knew this.
It's so close.
Does he see it here?
He saw it. They pinged it. If this thing dies, look at the money. They're waiting for someone to come over. It's going to be the Lina. She'll die quickly, but the courier feels like the bigger one. Weeha's going to find it. He'll fortify up. Weeha, you know he wants to chase this. He'll blink into the trees. He has to rearm and blink again over the small area. Kill the couriers. One more up through the trees. Keep chasing into the base. No, okay. It's worth a lot, but maybe not that much.
That would have been a really big kill. It has almost 2 full hearts on it. Centaur's heart is, I think, yeah, it's completed when he gets the courier. And the heart for Lifestealer is also completed once he gets to the secret shop. So, and those are the items. You want that item against Tinker. It is the item in a lot of games, just raw health. Tinker has no percentage-based damage, so getting max health is very effective against this hero. And when you look at the rest of Liquid, there's actually nothing that does percentage-based damage compared to, say, the Feast of Lifestealer, which scales very well against tankiness items like that. Ogre mid.
Yeah, they're going to have a bit of a crack over towards S4. Stampede will get him away to safety. Weeha, he knows he can keep up with him, but doesn't want to do it. You know, the hilarious thing is too, like, GH has now also gone for the Aghanim Scepter with a blink. He's moved off building Greaves. How much wave clear does Team Liquid really need? They've got it in droves. You lose one, there's another 2 heroes to replace you for it.
Yeah, it's a good point that if one hero dies, somebody else can do the job.
And it's the expendable ones too. You put, like, you see Lina able to always push out side lanes. I think it was actually like AUI was the first one I remember really just cleaning up the waves from inside the tree lines. And this time you get it. Long range arrow from GH, unable to connect. Arteezy, Moonlight Shadow once again. Did anyone bring that detection? Not to the front lines at least, but sentry wards are now being placed down by Fly.
They might want to get a gem on the Centaur. He's tanky enough now.
Yeah.
He might need some armor too, though, so maybe, like, I don't think Centaur should buy the gem.
He's buying Shiva's next.
Who do you buy it on? Can the Lina buy it? She wants to go Solar Crest. Oh, top lane. This is dangerous.
Weeha's right in the trees with everybody else from Liquid. Who's jumping forward? It's Crit to show himself. Lifestealer or something with the open wounds, but GH into the trees already. Miracle hexed up already. The Ravage, Mind Control. It hits so huge. Over on 3. It's actually maybe be enough with the boat. They don't take damage quick enough. Now Lifestealer will go down. They get through the heart. Semail caught by the Chronosphere. S4 wants to help out, but what can he do? He'll have to jump after you've actually got the Chrono down. Able to do so with the double edge. Miracle. Time walk to Babel. He'll repair all the damage done to him, and Mind Control, Last Dragon Ray instantly broken up by the Kraken Shell. Liquid, not only have they taken these kills, maybe with Fly's TP out, yeah, it's still going to be a kill going the way on the Lifestealer, but that's all.
Could Crit really not
Where
reach
is all the kills in?
Could Crit not reach a stun there on the Void when he went for the Laguna Blade? I feel like he was just barely in range, has the cast range talent and the lens. And if he connects his stun first before that Laguna, that is an absolutely easy trade-off for 1-for-1. But yeah, Liquid get away with it. Big Ravage from Mind Control.
Let's have a look at this again.
So it's really important this Ravage comes out for two reasons. First of all, it sets up for the kill on Arteezy, but secondly, it saves Miracle, who was definitely going to get comboed to death here after getting caught by the Hex that I don't think he knew about from the Kunkka. Nice! Nice!
Wow.
Oh, shit. I can lip read.
Roshan.
Even when they don't move their lips.
Roshan time. And we'll see just how much damage Team Liquid have. Ariva's been delivered over to Miracle, give him some extra life. Kuro's been the buffer, Roshan's already dead. EG will not get there in time, even under the cover of smoke. They just have to back off. The scythe is now completed on Weeha too.
That's a really big item.
The big disable to stop those EG cores. The advantage has all gone away, but now S4! Hookstop into the backlines. Remember, there's no Ravage available. The arrow flies it straight, soaked up by the rage. They just want to get one kill to begin with. Mind Control might be the easiest one, but they'll start with Kuro. 4-staff down, still under the Sentry Ward. He's going to walk out of range of the detection, and Mind Control can blink. Nothing was there to stop it. And with the March of the Machines, EG have to walk through the army. They only get the Ogre.
Mind Control was piped, so his dagger wasn't getting cancelled by the Radiance of Lifestealer. And he manages to get out with a good 4-step save coming in. It's a good move from EG to try to take this fight because they know Ravage is on cooldown, but they are not satisfied with only getting an Ogre there. They definitely wanted to find a core.
They want to fight again, but Ravage is off cooldown in 5 seconds time. Chrono is available. S4's moving forward. They're just arrowing around looking for the 40-minute bounty runes. You know Tinker can claim the bottom ones. Finally, the gem has been purchased. It was done by Fly. Miracle, time walks away. S4, blink, Horse stomps forward. GH got one quick of a link, but crit. You'll get the follow-up stun. Having the range available. Miracle will TP out in the tree lines. Now EG, with a little bit of momentum, can look to take out these top lane towers. Even though Mind Control's being a bit of a nuisance. He's cleaning up the creep wave behind it.
This tier 2 that S4 is pushing right now is not a given right now. That is not a guaranteed tower take if Liquid smoke up in time. They could try to go for it. It looks like they're not interested in doing that. Oh, they don't have a smoke available.
Kuro's coming up to get the vision advantage. Observer sentry down, they can see a lot. Miracle. 2 players underneath the tower. There's your first hex going out over on S4. Miracle is looking for the back lines. 3 of them inside the trees. Miracle found them. Arteezy can't really stop it either. Arrow flies forward. Arteezy be outside the one for Miracle. He's already got the 2 supports down inside the jungle. And then Mind Control with the Ravage. Controls up the course. The boat's coming in. But the damage from afar. Maybe they have enough to break the Aegis Immortal. They actually do, but he'll be back to life in just a second. Same with a buyback from Kuro. And here comes Miracle. Body block him up and time block up Arteezy. They tried to stampede themselves away, but it won't happen. Weeha just keeps moving forward. Arteezy's rage will wear off in a second. The Hex is there over on S4. He infests them up. The stuns on the side, they can't help. S4 stunned up with a long range arrow from GH. They just keep going one to the next. Arteezy, he'll have to try and turn and fight. He's 1v5 before. Can he do it again? Samal wants to help him out. Arteezy, is he big? Is he bad? Or is he dead? Miracle wants him around the trees, looking for a time lock with the gut. The armor will go down over wounds. The torrent creates some space, but nowhere near enough. The buyback's there from S4, but now it's Conquer. We keep the chase going. This began at the Radiant base, and it may end at the Dire. S4 jumps into the backline. He's able to get at least the pick up over on GH. The Miracle still keeps going ham. S4 hex up Fly. Can't get the disruption off, so now he'll go down. He'll get it offensively, but that means he's dead to the world. Miracle jumps in. They're looking for the other. Guys, you forgot something.
Hello?
Fly's going towards the trees. Up you go. He'll find him. Hex and blow him up with the rockets.
I'm sorry. Everybody just left him. They knew he couldn't get back out. He TP'd in, so they were on the hunt. It just looks funny. Awesome fight from Liquid. That is just the Chrono. That is all on the amazing Chrono from Miracle. Getting them that 3-man Chrono in the start, 2 kills. They keep chasing down with their man advantage. And EG, a little bit too patient maybe with their buybacks. The heroes that are arriving to help the others out always arrive right after the hero they're trying to save has died. And that creates this massive snowball for Liquid where they're just they actually just got bonus kills. That would have been better if EG bought back no heroes. Because they ended up just dying anyway.
They bought back 4 heroes through that chase. Miracle looking for the mid-tier 3 tower, already claiming the melee racks on top. Mind Control, he's gone in deeper. The Chrono again, able to catch watch out, Crit, able to get by. The support, this is the way Liquid begin their fights. They take him out, then jump down, protecting Weeha. He BKBs, he's actually glimmered away. They can't find him. Maybe they can. Samel can actually burn him down, but you've got the torrent, a little bit of space being created. RTG and Samel once again have to work together, but Miracle, he is godlike, looking for the quad. If he can jump in forward, yes he can. Time lock RTZ. They are bashed to oblivion, and GG, Team Liquid. Patience was a virtue heavily displayed in this series, but they win it 43 with 23 on the board for kills.
Just honestly a really nice strategic win from Liquid. Like the understanding that we don't really try to fight in this time span because we need to farm up. We keep skipping waves, we keep pushing out. EG have a really strong stun lineup that wants to fight us non-stop. We're not going to give them the fights they want until we're ready, until Miracle has the items he needs, until Tinker has the items he needs. And we just keep making space and buying time without Tidehunter being annoying. Just, yeah, very well-played game by Liquid. They're definitely coming alive right now in the main event.
Yeah, they really are. They're dangerous in this lower bracket. The smiles are up. They're looking good. The drops are looking great. The execution's looking perfect. And Weeha looks like he's finally perfectly gelled with Liquid, taking them to a 1-0 in this series.
Yeah, what a fantastic start to a best-of-3 series here. Elimination match for the International 20.